50 movies, 15 seconds each. Let's see what you've got. It's The Great Mouse Detective. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's Enchanted. It's Treasure Planet. It's The Black Cauldron. It's Cruella. It's Elemental. It's Chicken Little. It's Lightyear. It's Wish. It's Monsters University. It's Inside Out 2. It's Freaky Friday. It's Holes. It's Oliver and Company. It's Toy Story 4. It's Ralph Breaks the Internet. It's Mary Poppins. It's Fantasia 2000. It's Cars 3. It's The Princess Diaries. It's The Rescuers. It's National Treasure. It's Elio. It's Strange World. It's the Santa Claus. It's Home on the Range. It's Meet the Robinsons. It's Hocus Pocus. It's Maleficent. It's Frozen 2. It's Incredibles 2. It's Brother Bear. It's Remember the Titans. It's Bolt. It's Toy Story 2. It's The Parent Trap. It's Atlantis, the Lost Empire. It's The Fox and the Hound. It's Cars 2. It's The Good Dinosaur. It's The Sword and the Stone. It's a Goofy movie. It's Bedknobs and Broomsticks. It's The Rescuers Down Under. It's 101 Dalmatians. It's Raya and the Last Dragon. It's Finding Dory. It's Dinosaur. it's sky high? How many did you get out of 50? Drop your score in the comments and subscribe for the next awful quiz.